X-Men 2 United. I don't know why it's called X-Men 2 United because I feel like I've never seen that title used for this movie, but it is on this cover right here. So we're going with the video will probably just be titled X-Men 2 though. I like this movie. It's a really good sequel to the first. For a while, I was like most people where I thought this movie was better than the original. I don't know if I feel that way this time. I think this movie is good. There's a lot of good aspects. I think the villain might be stronger in this movie, um, which is, Riker and stuff with all that stuff going down. And then you got, Nightcrawler being introduced in this movie, Iceman being introduced in this movie. Really does feel like an X-Men movie where the first movie felt more of like a Logan and just Rogue movie because it was introducing you to this world and stuff. This feels more like an actual X-Men movie where there's a lot more action in this movie. There's a lot more actual different mutants with different abilities. Iceman has to go up to his parents and actually explain to him he's a mutant. That's a great scene. It has a lot of deeper implications for subtext and things like that you can read into. That's really cool. It is one of the great aspects of X-Men. But, like, oh, that's really cool. And all the acting, of course, is great as always. And yeah, it's just all the action's really good. This has some of my favorite action scenes in the whole series. And yeah, I think this movie really works with all that stuff. I think where this movie is not better than the first for me is, I don't know, there is just something magical when you watch that first X-Men movie and you're introduced to this world for the first time and you see all the characters for the first time. There's just something magical about that. It's kind of like when I watched the first Harry Potter movie, even though I'm not a big Potterhead, I feel like that is peak Harry Potter to me. There is something magical about being introduced into that world. Though I haven't really watched the Harry Potter movies in a long time, and I'm not a big fan, so maybe I'm not the best to speak on that. But I'm just, as a comparison, I guess that's just kind of how I feel. You know, there's something just really cool about all that, and I don't know what it is about this movie. Maybe I feel like maybe this movie's paced a little bit worse because it is more about the action and it's trying to jump around to scenes. Not that any scene like was bad, but maybe some scenes should have been had more to them, and certain scenes should have been trimmed up a little bit more. But other than that, I think this is a really solid movie uh, that continues all the great aspects of the first. Next week we'll be talking about Elektra, and then we'll be moving on to X-Men: The Last Stand, and then we'll do Fantastic Four stuff. So stay tuned for all that. But I'm excited about all that. Let me know your thoughts, like, share, and subscribe.